Hi Capricorn. I am one of the luckiest ladies on the face of the planet to be able to be here next to this beautiful bubbling creek in a gorgeous park in like a little mini rainforest in Northwest Washington today at the end of May. I feel so blessed to be able to bring this monthly reading to you, and I hope that it brings you the messages that you need, because there are fairies dancing around me right now, little magical spirits everywhere. It's such a beautiful place. So, and I'm far enough upstream, I don't think I'm going to get run over by a muddy dog. So, that's really great. Oh, I'm really feeling charged up. Let's look at what to embrace and what to leave behind for your month ahead. We're getting some jumpers already here. And then from there, the messages that we get from that is going to inform the messages for your soul purpose, your abundance and prosperity, and your love messages, okay? So what I got right now, we're looking at what to leave behind. What to leave behind is the idea that you have to wait for something else. That you can't have, I feel like you're like, I can't have everything. You see, I feel like these three wands are representing, for me, they're representing the triad of asanas. That's abundance and prosperity, connection with your soul purpose, and beautiful, happy relationships with other people. Okay? Your abundance and prosperity has to do with, for those of you who are interested in building a family, it has to do with your fertility, it has to do with your bank account, it has to do with your physical health, and then for your love, it's like your friendships. You get to have friendships and have a relationship, right? And have an intimate romantic relationship. You get to have connection with your soul purpose, and you get to make lots of money. So this one is like the idea, what it's representing is like you have some kind of block to the idea that you can have all the stuff. You can have, it's like the and. I get to have this, and I get to have this, and I get to have this. Hello, Mr. Spider. I want you to go over there. Okay. You're releasing that. You're letting it go, because you do get to have all the stuff. That information from that card is going to inform more messages for the rest of the reading. So that's what you're leaving behind, the idea that you can't have everything, right? And what you are embracing, look at this lady, she's hugging her ego. What's up with that? She's hugging the lion, that wild animal part of her. It's like, you know what? You do get to be wild. And I feel like Capricorn is one of the signs that has the hardest. Capricorn and Taurus and Virgo, for sure, all the earth signs have a really hard time with embracing the idea that they get to be an actual animal. That they like, well, no, we gotta be conservative, we gotta be well-mannered, like we can't have emotion, we can't be crazy, right? You do get to be a little bit of a wild animal. You get to be scared, you get to be passionate, like you get to be sexual, you get to make mistakes, you get to speak out of turn, you can do all those things. All those things are available. There are consequences, but you do get to do them if you really want to. Do you want to be a little bit bad this month? Do you want to be a little bit crazy, Capricorn? You want to be a little bit naughty? What your idea of naughtiness is, compared to some other signs, is like super tame, all right? Your rated R is like PG-13 to other people, all right? They're like, I never saw Capricorn act that way before, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Just because they've never seen you do it before doesn't mean it's bad. Oh, cute little bumblebee. Oh my God. There's magic everywhere. Let's look at messages for your soul purpose for the month ahead, for June. Capricorn, soul purpose messages. You get to have everything, and that includes being a little bit dumb sometimes. All right? You get to do that. You get to do stupid things sometimes. You get to make mistakes. Here we go. Ooh, soul purpose. You've been doing too much for other people. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like there's a part of you that's like, my ego, this lion is like, I don't want to do things for other people all the time. I'm tired of being so fucking responsible all the time. Can you hear me over the babble of the creek? I'm tired of being responsible all the time. That's what that guy's saying. And this higher self, your higher self, the universe or God is saying, you don't have to. You don't have to be responsible for people all the time. Because everyone is supposed to only have one wand. Why do you have 10? Why do you have 10 wands? Are there 10 people that you're doing things for that you should not be? Are there 10 people that you're taking responsibility for that need to be taking responsibility for themselves? Your soul purpose, part of your soul purpose is learning these boundaries. Part of your soul purpose is allowing, like, being helpful, being responsible, only within reason. And so you're learning how to release that trauma. So there's like, I'm also seeing with that lion being represented, it's the evolutionary, the lion represents the evolutionary, the adaptations that we picked up. I do believe in evolution, okay? We picked up behaviors for survival, and especially feminines. We picked up the altruism, the altruistic trait of being responsible for our tribe, being responsible for the people that we care about. That's what helped our children survive, right? But when our children become adults and we're still doing things for them, or when our partner is like totally incapable of doing anything for themselves and you're always there doing things for them, it's time to evolve. You don't have to do that to survive anymore. They can be more responsible for themselves now. Things are changing so that it's not all, we are a tribe together, but the tribe does not thrive if one person's doing everything. How about that? That's part of your evolution too. Oh, okay. Now I'm adjusting my message a little bit. The tribe does not thrive if one person is doing everything until they just die. There's a Tampopo. It's a campy movie. It's a campy Japanese movie about a Japanese food culture made in the early 80s. And there's a scene where the wife is like, she's like on her deathbed and the family's like, it's time for dinner. And so she like, you know, she's like crawling on her hands and knees to set up a dinner, and then she dies. And the family's like, she did this for us, like this martyr kind of energy. And so like, you don't have to do that, because now what's the family going to do? How's the family going to take care of themselves now that she's gone? They never got to learn how to take care of themselves. So that's part of the evolution of everybody. The adaptive survival strategy is to help other people to be able to empower themselves. You got to give them their wands back. Okay? And that, you look at the wands. We have 2 wands cards here. Part of you being able to receive all the stuff. Like, I get to have family and I get to have my own time. I get to have close connections with other people, intimate connections with other people, and I get to have my own money, and I get to have space for myself, and I get to nurture myself, right? You can have both. You don't, it doesn't have to be like I have people and I'm totally burdened and I'm feeling overwhelmed. Now, let's get on with looking at your abundance and prosperity going forward this month, looking at what we've, you know, bouncing off of what we've gotten so far. Capricorn. Abundance and prosperity for my Capricorns. Ooh, the star. Star's been coming up a lot in the readings today. You're coming to a place where everything's just pretty okay. Oh, that's good. I'm going to need to clarify a little bit though, because I had a little bit of a brain fart right then when I pulled that up. It was like I was on the thread and then it kind of skipped for a minute. Talking about your higher self soothing you and protecting you right now. There's been so much worry. That lion that's being comforted has been so worried that if like they do things for themselves. If they behave irresponsibly, they're going to lose money and lose their health, or lose their like physical connection to their abundance and wealth. Okay, it's like it's a fear of loss of stability in the material realm if you act on your animal instincts, if you act like a wild person. There's a fear. And what you're being told is, it's okay. You are sheltered right now. Your higher self is sheltering you. You're being protected. You're in a safe place right now to be able to do it. Just do it. Get it out of your system. Everybody has to be wild. Even Capricorns have to be wild sometimes. Now, let me get a little bit of clarification. I have time for that. A little bit more feedback on that star. The Chariot, yeah, it's like go forward. Look at all the stars here. 2 cards coming up that are major arcanas. It's all like, this is a significant part of your life purpose, is to allow yourself to release control over whether or not your money and your health is going to be okay while you are wilding yourself, while you're allowing yourself to experience things that you never allowed yourself to experience. The stuff that your mommy said, no, don't climb that tree. You could get hurt, right? Don't skip work today. You could get fired. Don't invest in that startup. You could lose your money, right? You're being told, dream big, honey. See the stars, dream big, go for it. You're being protected, you're being sheltered right now. Stick your neck out a little bit. It's gonna come back in a really awesome way. The Chariot is representative of a hero coming back from battle. Are there adventures that you've been missing out on? Are there fun adventures that you've been missing out on in the economic realm? Things that you would have enjoyed experiencing in the economic realm because you were too afraid of getting hurt. It's time. You're being protected. You're being taken care of. Get out there and do it. It's scary. It's scary. I'm scared. Do it, Capricorn. Because you get to have all of it. You get to have fun and you get to have money. Right? You get to have connection and you get to have freedom. You get to have fun and you get to have money. I love it. I love it. Let's look at big old truck going by. I'm not that far away from civilization. I'm a little ways down the hill from a highway. Anywho, where was I? Looking at your love prospects, your love messages, Capricorn. Well, I know that there are all kinds of relationships that Capricorns are having. Some of you are in committed relationships and everything's going fine. Maybe you don't need a reading for that, okay? But some of you are, having issues. Okay? So, control. What's up with that? All right? Some of you would like to be in a relationship and you're not. All right? Some of you are just kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I want connection, but I'm also afraid. This is what I'm getting from the Four of Pentacles. I want connection, but I'm afraid of getting hurt. There's a lot of that going around in this reading. I want to be impulsive. I want to fall in love. But I'm afraid of looking like a fool. I'm afraid of getting hurt. Okay? Capricorn, you are such good lovers. I sense that there's a part of you that wants to get a little bit wild physically. Can you hear me? Wild physically. Okay? But you're afraid of looking like a hussy. Right? You're afraid of getting found out for who you really are. Let's get some something deeper for what to consider about that Four of Pentacles, about allowing yourself to lose control when it comes to intimacy, physically and emotionally. Allowing yourself to lose control. For those of you who are in committed relationships, there's a wall, a shield between yourself and the person that you're most connected with. It's like either you're in it or you're not, okay? If you're not in it and you're afraid to open yourself up, like either just go ahead and open yourself up and allow your vulnerabilities, like allow yourself to go through therapy with your sweetheart and rebuild your connection, or let them go. Let them have their intimacy with someone else, okay? Let them rebuild with someone else. You can rebuild with someone else. Sometimes it's like there's nothing else to learn from this connection and it's time to give it a break or just go, you know? But then sometimes it's not too late. Sometimes you can start fresh, but you're gonna have to take the shield off. The Judgment is trying to say, once again, you are protected, you are guided, you are on the path that you should be on. You're always on the right path. Don't forget this, okay? Don't be hard on yourself for how you feel right now, because it is part of the experience of living, okay? But it's like the relationships that you have with this Judgment card, the relationships that you have are a reflection of who you have been. So if up until now you've been in relationships with people who are not emotionally intimate or are not particularly physically fun, that's because you haven't been, okay? Don't blame other people for it. You want something better? You gotta be better. I suggest finding ways to get physically wild. And that might mean dancing. That might mean like moving your body in ways that you've never done it before. Be a Muppet for a little while, you know? Allow yourself to get physically crazy. I think it's really important for Capricorns to express themselves physically in a wild way as much as they can. It might alleviate this sense that I'm getting from you of like sexual repression. If that's an issue for you. If you resonate with the notion of being sexually repressed, there are ways to alleviate it without having to like go out and be promiscuous. But there's nothing wrong with it if you're using proper protection and all that. Don't feel bad for a second about allowing yourself to get out there. Okay. I feel like I've squeezed this reading for every drop that I possibly can right now. Has it been fun for you? I've been having a really good time with you. Loosen up, let yourself be wild, let yourself have fun. There are safe ways to do all of that, right? You want to climb a tree? Get a spotter. You want to make an investment in a startup? Make sure and look at their business plan. But you can do those things. It's not like this stuff's off the table because everybody says it's not safe. There are ways to do it. Instead of being sexually promiscuous, you can go and dance in a wild and crazy way to let your body get loose and free, and that's going to do the same thing too. All right? I love ya. Mwah. Make sure you check out all of the other readings that I post on a regular basis, weekly. I also have been posting some how-to videos on reading tarot for yourself. If you're subscribed, you'll be in the loop for all of that. I'll see you later. Bye, Capricorn. Have a good month.